Welcome to the second aspect of this week's conclusion. In regards to the later Judean ministry, this is period number 6. We looked at period number 5 of the inner workings of Jesus and his disciples, remembering that he's spending time with them. They are students. He is a rabbi. He's teaching them concerning the kingdom to come. And so period number 6 is his later Judean ministry. Again, he's focused on the tail end of his ministry life, and he's moving toward the cross. So the later Judean ministry, there's the controversy surrounding who Jesus is. Who is this Lord? Who is this Christ? Some still believe he is a demon-filled teacher. And roughly this is coming during the time of the Passover. Remember, John chapter 6 is he's presenting himself as the living bread, and then is that reaction is after those followers who are not really disciples, who leave and no longer follow Jesus because of the strike teaching that he's giving them. They can't handle it. So this later Judean ministry also shows us the contrast, similarly in other lectures, is the physical and spiritual blindness. We have those who cannot see. Jesus shows that spiritual blindness is contrasted with the physical, that actually someone is blind, they cannot see, and so he begins to do these miracles in order to recover the sight of those who need to see. In the later Judean ministry, we also have the ministry of the 70 who are sent out. So remember, you have the special training of the 12. He's also gathering other followers who are interested in the claims of Christ, who have repented, and now he sends them out. He announces their ministry life as they go to villages and towns. And one of the things that you should be interested in noting in Luke chapter 10 is that they're sent out 2 by 2. I think this is a contrast of not doing things by yourself, but encouraging a team ministry approach. There's much encouragement when you and I are serving with others who are also passionate about a common cause. And in this case, they're passionate about spreading the gospel into areas that need to know Jesus. And so don't do ministry by yourself is probably a good principle and application to walk away with from the end of this week. In the later Judean ministry, we have the parable of the Good Samaritan. Notice again the contrast that Jesus is trying to do, show what the spirituality is of the religious leaders to that of an outsider, one who was opposed, one who was not liked by the Jews themselves. They did not like Samaritans. Remember, Samaritans were half Jew, half Assyrian, so they were intermarried ethnically. They were considered unclean, and they were also religiously separated from the community. They had their own view of the Old Testament and such. And so for Jesus to show the contrast here is really important. Also to demonstrate kindness toward your neighbor. Neighbor is anyone you are associated with, anyone who you do not know. And so showing kindness and mercy to the one who has been hurt is something that we should model even in our life as well. In the later Judean ministry, we're also accounting the Sabbath healings. Remember, there are multiple Sabbath healings that the religious leaders are not happy with concerning the Lord, and they believe he's violating the principles of the Sabbath. And then Jesus begins to teach that he is the Lord of the Sabbath, and he has the right to provide mercy to those who are in need. So Christ is showing both his divine side, is showing love, mercy to the less fortunate in our world. Another way that you and I can model and show mercy to those who are in need of mercy. The later Judean ministry also includes the claims of Christ. Who do men say that he is? And in this period, he begins to demonstrate that he is the good shepherd that comes to lay down his life for the sheep. Remember, there are 7 I am statements of Christ that are scattered throughout the Gospel of John. You would do well to examine those and even maybe do a potential Bible study in the future on those 7 I am statements. This concludes the later Judean ministry as we focus on this week, and as we move now toward the end of the class, looking at the remaining periods of Christ's life and ministry here on earth.